Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de whether my little fur buddy here is actually a paragon of cleanliness that everyone says cats are. But hey, we're not talking about all cats or cats in general, right? We're talking about you little furry, little fluffster, you. Why are you so cute? Why are you so adorable? You're so cute. Look at him. Look at his little face. Yeah, XenPuck here. So I think we've all heard the general consensus that cats are very, very tidy animals, right? And they're easy to take care of. Oh, don't mind me, I'm like literally trying to playing with the cat and he's got fur all over my face, basically. But, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm an Asian dude living in the good old US of A. Because I really, really hate stereotypes, right, about any large groups of people or animals, apparently. So today I figured I would explore a little bit as to why we think this, and whether I actually think Mr. Fluffy here is clean, either for himself or in the context of living with his chosen humans, right? Okay. Point number one, Mr. Fluffy, like all cats, pretty much self-cleans constantly. This is definitely true, right? To the point where at any moment when we try to look for this little fluffy fur ball, there's like a 50% chance that he is vigorously licking himself, right? Often in the bung hole and sitting up like a human, which we all find kind of hilarious and adorable. So he definitely cleans himself and seems very passionate about it. However, I would add that he is a cat of the long fur type, and his hair definitely sheds, like right into his own mouth as he like cleans himself with those super awesome, powerful cat tongues, right? Like, I'm honestly surprised he doesn't cough up hairballs more often than he actually does, right? And don't worry, he doesn't actually cough up hairballs often at all. It used to happen a lot more until we switched him from dry food to wet food, which I'm told is healthier, right? His hair integrity now has improved, and yay, we're happy for him, simply because listening to the sound of a cat that is about to throw up a hairball is, to me, one of those really, really awkward moments when I almost don't want to pay attention to him when that happens, because it's like, you know, when you're embarrassed at how vulnerable you're being, right? Like, I'm witnessing a very private moment, right? In terms of humans, it actually kind of reminds me of when I've had to help college friends when they're about to actually throw up due to over drinking, right? I mean, you'd better have better be like a really, really good friend to bear witness to that level of kind of vulnerability or intimacy or whatever you want to call it, right? Because nobody looks good when they're about to hurl. And I don't think it's any different for Mr. Fluffy here. Point number two, how does Mr. Fluffy contribute to the cleanliness of the house? Oh boy. First the bad news, because, you know, I'm a cynic, obviously, right? He sheds like there's no tomorrow. I mean, we just redid a lot of our floors into this vinyl material that's really quite resistant to sticky foreign substances such as cat hair. And now I get the joy of enjoying his just, you know, his regular shed fur that usually rolls into a ball and just tumbles around if they were like tumbleweeds in a western, right? And that's like after a day or two of him just exploring. The good part is at least those little fur balls are quite easy to pick up, even by hand, right? I also can't help but add that his furs interact with some of our rugs really poorly, or heaven forbid if he actually coughs up a hairball on any surface that's not the floor. Oh my god. I know cats are supposed to be creatures of routine when it comes to doing their business or eating, but at least with this cat, there's no rhyme or reason as to when or where he decides to actually vomit or cough up a hairball. Ugh. And whenever I hear him prepare to do such an act of, you know, coughing something up, mostly I'm just praying, because usually I can hear him more than I can see him, right? Mostly I'm just praying that he's doing it on the concrete part of our floor, so it's really easy to wipe. I know cats in general wants to like mark their territory with their own scent, which is why this little guy is always rubbing his fluffy back onto all the edges of the room or any new pieces of furniture. We get it, you want to claim all the land as your sovereign territory. Thank God we're not super great cleaners, right? So you can feel like you're definitely in charge of the space. Oh wait, or am I just making an excuse for being a lazy human? Okay, could be a little bit of both, but I like my first version, so that sounds better, so we're going to stick with that. Now finally, point number 3, the good news on how he interacts with cleanliness in the pet-human context is that I am absolutely positive that the level of care that I have to dole out for Mr. Fluffy in terms of keeping a healthy and clean environment is still way, way easier than if we had a dog, right? The other major common house pet. Yay! When in doubt, just compare to a lesser animal, at least in the sense of cleanliness, right? Man, I'm like eating his fur, apparently. Jesus. Just reminds me of how, apparently, pet owners become more like their pets or vice versa. I mean, hey, at least I don't have to, like, bathe Mr. Fluffy. Like, can you imagine trying to dry out this much fluff? And while, scooping cat poo is no one's favorite activity, honestly, I've gotten used into the low-level scent that's totally confined to one section of one bathroom in our house. So yeah, I'm okay with that. And Mr. Fluffy, while large and in charge to his fluff, he's still just a cat, alright? So every time I see someone walking a dog and being responsible and picking up after the dog, I think to myself, oh man, thank God, my pet doesn't force me to exercise. I mean, how dare dogs, right? Of course, this comparison is basically theoretical, since I've never had a dog before. I probably never will, because my wifey thinks that dogs are smelly. And I'm like, what? But puppies are so cute. Plus, we can have an outdoor dog if it's smelly, an indoor cat and an outdoor dog. It'd just be like an old-timey cartoon. Man, I've just lost myself in a tangent again, haven't I? Anyway, so yeah, Mr. Fluffy, even though you make us work to take care of you and insist any clean surface is a priority to once again cover with your fur, we still love you. By love, I mean we'll be taking good care of you so your innate sense of ninja assassinness won't turn its sight on your cat humans, of course. Kidding, don't scratch me, bro. I'm still trying to figure out how to MacGyver you a cat bed that you'd actually choose to lie in, unlike this one that you're lying in because I put you in it, okay? Because I'm trying to read my script, perform, and pet you at the same time. I mean, it's just not that easy, okay? Because I can't multitask to save my life these days. Thank you for being a good boy today. And for the audience, if you like the video, sub, comment, subscribe, or whatever you want, really. I make these for me, not you. Come on, you already knew that. It's a cat video. Cheers. À la prochaine.